So, welcome back to English for the second half of this spring term. What we're going to do today is make sure you know the marginal gains you need to make before June when your exam is. So remembering that the marginal gains are the little things we need to change. So for this session, you're going to know the plan for the rest of the year. You're going to know how many taught sessions we have left. You're going to think about the new college expectations for English. You're going to revise and reflect on common SPaG errors and then update your marginal gains wheels to reflect those errors. So, the plan. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to do some exam revision. Week 3 will be mock week. So Monday will be paper 1 at 9 AM and Wednesday paper 2 at 9 AM. You only have to do paper 2 if you didn't get your coursework done. Week 4 is speaking and listening catch-up week, when those people who aren't doing speaking and listening will be required to have another go at their diagnostic and see if you can improve your grade or your percentage from last time. Then week 5, we're going to have a little bit of reflection on your results and set some individual targets. Then it's Easter holidays for 2 weeks. When you get back in April and May, it will be exam practice right up until June. So how long to go? 14 weeks between now and your exam. That means 12 term time weeks, so not including your Easter holidays. That gives us 10 teaching weeks, not including mock week and speaking and listening catch-up week, which comes down to 20 lessons. So that might sound like a lot, but it's really going to fly by. Speaking and listening catch-up is as follows. If you can see on the table, you guys are here. So Connor, Jacob, Mason and Nathan still need to do their speaking and listening. That will be a 5 to 10 minute short talk on the subject of your choice or your coursework for you, Jacob, and you'll need to do that in that first lesson during the week after mock week. So the new expectations and your responsibilities are that you need to be early to lessons. So not on time, not late, you need to be early. So we're ready to go straight from the off. Food needs to be left outside, drinks in bottles only, so no coffees, no teas, no cans. Mobile phones must stay out of sight, and if they are seen, they'll go in my phone box to stay there for the rest of the lesson. You also need to take off coats and hats to show me that you're ready to learn. You'll need pens and books for every lesson. And I have no more pens or paper to lend you because I've gone through my set amount for this year already. So you'll have to go and get one yourself or borrow one if you happen to forget one. The other expectation is that you complete all work as soon as that is set. We've got a lot to get through and we need to practice answering questions under time pressures, just like you would in the exam. So we're going to start doing a lot more timed activities, and the expectation is that you will do them, the activities in those time sessions often. What do we have to practice then? Between now and your exam, you need to be able to identify and write about how writers use language, so they're your language devices, and structure to communicate ideas and achieve effects. You need to be thinking about inferring meaning, so reading between the lines in your texts. For section B of both papers, you need to write to persuade or argue, to describe, or to write a narrative. We also need to cover exam technique and improve elements of SPaG. Now SPaG is spelling, punctuation and grammar. So marginal gains. We talked about marginal gains. We talked about those little changes that we need to make big improvements or big impacts when they're all added together. And SPaG and paragraphing are the marginal gains that are going to get you those extra marks. So as well as communicating effectively and engagingly, your writing is also going to be assessed on your sentence structure, your spelling, your punctuation and your paragraphing. A lot of these things are easy things to fix, and it's just a matter of thinking about revising them and thinking about them every time you write. So don't throw away safe marks, and that's what the rest of this session is about. So we're going to do a quiz, and you're going to do it individually to start with. Question 1. Identify 2 uses for the apostrophe, and then place an apostrophe in the correct places. James' cat's tails weren't connected to their bodies. Question 2. Paragraphing. Identify 3 instances when you need to start a new paragraph. And B. Rewrite the following dialogue so that it is paragraphed correctly. "Now he is here," I exclaimed. "For heaven's sake, hurry down, do be quick, and stay among the trees till he is fairly in." "I must go, Cathy," said Heathcliff, seeking to extricate himself from his companion's arms. "I won't stray 5 yards from your window." "For 1 hour," he pleaded earnestly. "Not for 1 minute," she replied. Question 3. Capital letters. Identify 3 instances where you must use a capital letter. Question 4. There, and there. Now these are what we call homophones, and these are what will really affect your mark if you're getting these wrong, because they are simple errors and they're common errors. So please learn these and make sure you get them right. So I'd like you to write a sentence or sentences that illustrate the correct use of there, and there. Semicolons. Question A. When would you use a semicolon? And B. Write a sentence that correctly uses a semicolon. Colons. A. When would you use a colon? B. Write a sentence that correctly uses a colon. Question 7. Uses of the comma. A. How many uses are there for a comma? And B. Put commas correctly into the following sentences. My estate goes to my husband, son, daughter-in-law and nephew. He is a strong, healthy man. He walked all the way home and he shut the door. If you are not sure about this, let me know now. Jill, who is my sister, shut the door. 8. Comma splice. A. What is a comma splice? B. How would you correct this sentence? He walked all the way home. He shut the door. 9. Complex sentences. Now, to get marks for your sentence structures, you need to be writing complex sentences as well as short sentences for effect, exclamation marks, rhetorical questions, etc. So, you need to know A. What is a complex sentence? And B. Write me one. 10. Plurals. Again, this is something that will affect your spelling mark. If you're not getting your plurals right, it will put you into lower bands. Which version of the following sentences is correct? A. Middle-class families go on expensive holidays, or middle-class families go on expensive holidays. B. Babies eat mushy peas, or babies eat mushy peas. C. The dogs was running from the cat, or the dogs were running from the cat. D. Leprechauns is very lucky, or leprechauns are very lucky. 11. Verb tense agreement. Correct the following sentences. A. Mercutio fought Tybalt and dies as a result. B. Because Fred did a great deal of research on the senator, she was very eager to meet him. And that's the end of our quiz. So, once you have completed all the questions, and you can skip backwards and forwards as much as you want to get the right answers, I would like you to complete your marginal games wheels that are in your book. I want you to add some of these things that you weren't sure about and you know you possibly get wrong. Look back in your comments in your books and your mock papers and add some of those to your marginal gains wheels. What is it you're going to work on for the next little while? When you finish that, jump onto BKSB and work through some of those activities, because you might find they work on the same things. So, marginal gains, don't throw away safe marks.